No DQ Galaxy, we are live with predictions for the first ever AEW Dynasty pay-per-view event. It takes place this Sunday in St. Louis, Missouri. Shout out to everybody watching this, whether it's live or on demand. We appreciate your viewership. And I would like to give a special thanks to the panel for being on tonight to discuss this AEW pay-per-view. We have like 10 matches. It's a loaded card, a lot to discuss. So we'll try to move through these introductions pretty quickly here. First up, he's been a veteran of the channel for a long time. He's the big baller, Big G, in the house tonight with us. Big G, how are you feeling about this show on a scale of 1 to 10? Will you be buying it?
So yeah, me and my buddies are gonna chip in together to buy it because I wouldn't pay. I'm done paying $50 for an AEW pay-per-view. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. I'm just like I'm still liking the AEW, but it just hasn't been my cup of tea in the past couple of months.
Fair enough. Matthew, this is the first AEW Dynasty pay-per-view. They're adding more pay-per-views to the calendar. At first, it was only 4 shows a year that you had to put down $50 for. Now, it's what, 8 pay-per-views or 9 pay-per-views? It's a lot of money to spend. So how are you feeling about this show on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, I know I have some pretty hot takes about AEW, but this is a 4 for me, maybe a 5. To me, it's a 2-match show. And, I'm curious, just the direction where AEW can go from here. The ratings are in and they're not good. And, can they rebound? Is this the point where they finally move on past Punk and can finally make up for everything, find their own identity again? Because that's what they really need to do. So I'm curious just where this will lead us. Is this leading to a new dynasty for AEW, or is this the end of the AEW dynasty?
Ooh, very interesting view on that. TJS, I know you've been critical of AEW quite a bit. I mean, many of us have at this point. What are your thoughts on this show? I mean, do you think this will be the beginning of a turnaround for AEW? What are your thoughts on this card?
I think that on paper, this is the best card that they've had in a while. That's my opinion. But the problem is the only thing about the show that I'm looking forward to is the matches. I don't know if that makes sense, but when it was WrestleMania or when there's any WWE show, I'm looking forward to the spectacle. And I feel like there's no spectacle here. I feel like we're just going to get 10 good matches. None of these matches will be bad, but they'll come and go. And then once the show is over, I mean, we're just going to say, okay, this was a good match, but did we really need this on the show? I feel like we're going to say that a lot tonight, but on a scale of 1 to 10, like I said, I think all these matches look solid. I'll go with a 7. And right. I am going to go ahead and purchase the show. I try to purchase all these AEW shows, just doing what I can to support not the juggernaut that is WWE, but the smaller AEW.
I think that's very, very notable of you to do that. Noble of you, I was trying to say. Shout out to Walter Cruz, who's always reliable. He's on with us tonight. And how are you feeling about this show? I mean, you were critical in the chat on Wednesday, but I know you like to needle AEW a little bit. What are your thoughts on this show?
Yeah, I'm about a 5 in the segment, but for as critical as I am of AEW, I do got to say that the one thing they do get right is pay-per-views. They always get pay-per-views right. They book them very strong. You can't really name maybe one in the last 3 years, but you can't really name a bad pay-per-view. So the one thing they do right is pay-per-view. If they could just translate that to everything else they do, they'll be fine. So I'll keep it at low expectation so that I can get so they can deliver. So, under expect, over deliver. So I feel like they'll deliver. But yeah, like TJS said, this is like a 2-card show, really. If you really think about it, there's only 2 matches that really hold this card together.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. And shout out to Dan F., who sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Dan. Appreciate it. Says, AEW should show the backstage brawl footage again before the Bucks and FTR match. CM Punk chants. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. If they're going to show anything, they should show Tony Khan fearing for his life. I think that's what we want to see, when Tony Khan is so upset that he thought he was going to die or something. I don't know. But anyways, guys, we got 10 matches, including the kickoff match, or the buy-in match, as they call it. So we'll start with that one. We got the buy-in match, which is this just goes to show how important the ROH titles are these days. On the buy-off, or the buy-in, whatever the hell it's called, the pre-show.
0 hour or whatever it's called.
0 hour. We got the unification match, titles for titles. We got the Acclaimed defending the AEW Trios titles against Bullet Club Gold. They are the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles. And Walter, all I can say about this is thank goodness they are merging these titles. And I personally hope they merge the rest of them, because they have way too many titles. So I'll throw it over to you first on this. Walter, let's get your thoughts on this match, 0 hour unification match. Who should walk out as the Trios champions?
The fact that this is on 0 hour shows how much Tony and everyone in the company actually cares about these titles. But I'm with you. I'm glad they're unifying it, because what do they get? I think they got at least, it's between like 12 and 15 titles in the company. If you think about everything, that's a hell of a lot of titles. And I don't even think I'm exaggerating. It's got to be like at least 12. And but I think the Acclaimed had their titles for a while. I think Bullet Club Gold, like, they just separated from wherever the hell they were called before, when they had everybody else, and so they got a little momentum right now. I think they're gonna win. The Bullet Club Gold will win this one, and they'll beat the Acclaim, and maybe I almost said badass Billy Gunn, but maybe Billy Gunn would ride off into the sunset after this, because I feel like they only created this to give him that one last hurrah, because they had the whole, what the hell happened to that? They showed his boots like he was going to retire, and then these titles popped up and they gave them to him. So it's like a storyline that are like, no, we're just kidding, and then he didn't retire. So, or he retired for like 3 or 4 months, whatever it was, and magically came back. So, I think Acclaim's losing on this one.
All right, TJS. I feel like the Acclaimed has really gone downhill as far as their momentum and popularity. I think you have to go with Bullet Club Gold here, right? What do you think?
Yeah. Didn't Billy Gunn like take Jay White to the limit like a few weeks ago on Dynamite? Like, he's 60 years old. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Aaron. I cannot see Jay White, who's supposed to be this huge star. That's what everyone was saying. He's going to be a huge star in AEW, and he's on the 0 hour and what feels like a throwaway 6-man tag. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about this. Maybe Billy Gunn will turn on the Acclaimed or something. Either way, like you said, they've definitely cooled off. I feel like the scissoring gimmick was hot for a while, but not really feeling it anymore. So,
are you saying you're all scissored out?
I am all scissored out. So I don't know. The heels are winning, and I hope this is a unification match. On Wikipedia, it just says winner take all. So hopefully that doesn't mean that they're defending 2 sets of titles. But yeah, heels win.
All right. Matthew, I'll throw it over to you now with your thoughts. Yeah, a year or two ago, scissoring was the popular thing, and now it's crazy. It's not really cool anymore. Scissoring has lost its appeal. Like, how does that even happen, Matthew?
I don't know. I can't even think. When was the last time the Acclaim even were on TV and had a match? The Acclaim themselves, not Billy Gunn. I can't even think of it. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much with everybody else. Both set the trio titles are an afterthought. There are no, even though there are a few trios teams, ever since House of Black won the titles and they were no longer the property of the elite, nobody cared about the trios titles. And I don't know what they're going to do. Like you said, I hope they are unifying it. And it is funny, Jay White came out as the game changer, and then he just got clowned on by Billy Gunn, and we're supposed to take him seriously. And it's funny because them and FTR had one of the greatest tag team matches, a year ago on Collision, and now they're on the pre-show. But I think I agree with Walter too. I hope this is like Billy Gunn's send off. I don't know what they can do with him anymore. The Acclaim kind of need to own their footing. The Bang Bang game need something, but the heels are going to win. And I guess we'll really see, are they going to merge the titles, because they need to do something. The ROH is just there. They need to start merging all the titles or doing something with ROH.
I agree with you on that. I think they need to just get rid of ROH, to be honest. But anyways, Big G, we'll wrap it up with you. Nobody really cares too much about this. I think we're all going with Bullet Club Gold to win here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bang Bang Gang. Like everybody said, like even you just said, they claimed they've lost their sizzle in the past year or so. I think they've had I was looking along because I can remember when they won the titles. It's been August will be a year since they've had the title, so I think it's time for them to drop it. And it does say title for titles. It doesn't really specify unifying, but yeah, they are AEW and ROH. They just have way too many titles together, so they need to do something with that.
All right, there you have it, folks. Predictions are in for the first match, and now we will get to the main card of AEW Dynasty. All right, first up is, I forgot to say what my level of excitement was. I think a 7. I know it's going to be a great show, but yeah, the hype for it has not been the best. I will say that. Anyways, this match being one of the reasons I'm not going higher than a 7. We got Hook versus Chris Jericho. The learning tree of Jericho. I mentioned this on my Dynamite recap. I am so over Chris Jericho at this point. I love the guy, his legacy, one of the best entertainers in wrestling history, but I really feel like he has reached close to the end. I think that maybe he should wrap things up in AEW, do the Hall of Fame in WWE, maybe make a few more WWE appearances, and then call it a career. I think he's done all there is to do in AEW. We've seen this story before where he puts over one of the young guys and it means nothing. Look at Action Andretti. The guy hasn't done jack since he beat Chris Jericho. So I don't care about this match. I mean, if Hook beats Jericho, so what? I don't care. It means nothing. And I guess Jericho could beat Hook. I don't know what that would do for Hook. So I guess Hook wins, but I don't know. I have no emotional investment in this match whatsoever. So I really don't care. But I'll go ahead and say Hook just for the hell of it. Maybe Jericho does win, but I mean, it means nothing. It really does. Really doesn't mean anything. Matthew, I'll throw it over to you now. Your thoughts on this match?
I mean, same thing. Jericho needs to go away. I mean, I'm tired of hearing how he puts over people who has he really put over? He even claimed that he put over MJF. MJF was already over before the feud happened. He actually slowed MJF down for a while, but thankfully he bounced back. But yeah, Hook wins, moves on. Jericho hopefully takes time off, maybe considers retirement. I know he's apparently copyright put a bunch more copyrights on 1,000 different names. I hate to be the copyright office when he walks in, but
Right.
I don't know. And then I know there also is the rumor that Hook is considered leaving and going to WWE. I don't know if that will have a factor, but Jericho winning the FTW title does nothing. Hook having the FTW title really does nothing, but Hook would be a bigger star for the win. So Hook wins, and hopefully Jericho has a Fozzy concert for a couple months that we don't have to see him.
There you go. Walter, I will throw it over to you now. What do you think about this one? I don't know what else to say on it.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't care about it. I love Jericho. I met him a few times, nicest guy, but I'd rather see him tour with Fozzy, do some music. I'd rather see him in concert than in the ring at this point. You've done all you can do in the wrestling business. But at the same time, who am I to tell you what you do with your career? You still love it. You still got a passion. Go as long as you can. As long as your body allows you to do it, do what you love. But it needs to go away. Like, I'm glad he's using his Lionheart music right now because I was getting tired of everybody singing along to Judas. And then on top of that, they're forcing him to be a heel. And Jericho's reached that level where I don't want to boo this guy. He's a legend in the business. I don't want to boo him. I want to cheer. Like, he's been part of like me growing up since teenage years and growing up. And I actually really, really respect and like Jericho. Like, why the hell are you trying to force me to boo him? Like, there's certain people that reach statuses where no matter what they do, you don't want to boo him anymore. Like, so he's reached that point. But yeah, this match doesn't really matter. I'm going to guess Hook, although I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho wins just because he spent so much money on all these copyrights and doing everything he did. Like, why would he do that if he wasn't going to win this match at the same time? But there's no point. No, this is one of those dead matches where nobody benefits. No matter who wins, there's no beneficiary. So it's like, it don't matter. But I'll say Hook, but I wouldn't be shocked if Jericho did pull it out.
I think TJS's yawn pretty much says all you need to know about this match. So TJS, I'll throw it over to you next. Jericho, he goes to the trademark website, makes all these applications. He fills them all out. So what's he doing here? Is he just trying desperately to stay relevant? What do you think?
Well, it looks like he applied to trademark the Vortex of Jericho, Rarefied Air of Jericho, and Educator recently. So, yeah. Let me just say that I love Chris Jericho. And
right.
Yeah, and I mean, we know, like, we've heard the stories about him, being a ring general, locker room leader, philanthropist even. I see him donating all the time on GoFundMe. And overall, he just seems like a swell guy. But, yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. I feel like we'll get to this more later, but I feel like there's no star power or presence left with Jericho and AEW. I mean, maybe this is biased, but I feel like if he was doing the same stuff in WWE, they would figure out how to make it work. And maybe sometimes it's bad to have creative control because he keeps doing stuff like this. So you said that he's done it all, Aaron. There's one thing that he hasn't done, and that's be FTW champion. So I think he's going to win the title. And I think that's going to be his new gimmick. He's going to be like FTW Jericho or something. Yeah. Maybe we're going to get Jericho versus Taz down the line.
That's what we're all craving for. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm going to predict that Jericho wins. And by the way, they should not have Hook talk anymore. He needs to stop it.
Well, I agree 100% on that about Hook. But Big G, Jericho's the man of 1,000 trademarks. I know you're a big Jericho-holic. I mean, how do you feel about Jericho at this stage of the game?
Yeah, I feel like Jericho has more nicknames in AEW than he did in WWE. Anyways, yeah, this match, I mean, like you said, the FCW title is just there because it's there. Taz made it because he couldn't be world champion in ECW, and now Hook has it because he can't be a legit champion in AEW. I don't know. I really don't care about this match, and I really don't care about the points in this for the predictions. So I'm just gonna go with Jericho winning the title.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like at this point, like everybody said, like at this point, Jericho just needs to be done already in AEW. I feel he put the company over when it first started, and he's been the leader of factions, trying to put all these people over, and it hasn't really done diddly squat for anybody. So,
all right. Then Jericho it is, and I'm sticking with Hook to win. We had some different opinions on that one for what that's worth. Moving on here, we have the TBS Championship. We have Julia Hart going up against Willow Nightingale. Now, this is interesting because the winner of this will face Mercedes Moné at AEW Double or Nothing. Now that might influence who you pick here. Like who would be a better opponent for Mercedes? Would she be better off going against a heel like Julia Hart, or should she go up against Willow Nightingale, who was the person that beat Mercedes when Mercedes got hurt and was out of action? So there's definitely some possibilities with this one. Big G, I'll go right back over to you on this one. Who do you think is leaving with the TBS championship?
Honestly, I've been liking Julia Hart as TBS champion. I feel this character, Julia Hart, is a lot better than when she first started out. Well, she's grown a lot, from her cheerleading days. And I'm liking her as TBS champion, but I feel like we're going to get Willow Nightingale versus a heel Mercedes, because I did like heel Sasha Banks more than babyface Sasha Banks, so I feel like we're gonna get Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. So I'm gonna go with Willow Nightingale to win the TBS title on Sunday.
All right, there you go. New champion as predicted by Big G. So Walter, now I'll throw it over to you and get your thoughts on this match. Do you agree with Big G about a title change?
Not sure. This is another time. This should have been unified when Jade was in the company. You should have unified this and had her win this. This shouldn't be two separate titles. Like I understand that you want two titles for the women's to go for, but I think this should have been unified. But she does have the history, and I wouldn't put it part. Yeah, Mercedes does make a better heel. I'm already getting tired of the CEO and all that crap. It's already wore off, and at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Julia Hart and Mercedes, they're working together, and the whole lights off was a facade just to get just to get her to put her guard down, and like they planned this all along to make it look like she was attacked, and she never was attacked. It's just fake to get to her. So yeah, I think it. I don't want to see a new champion, but there's history. Just Mercedes is. I can see her being that petty just to get her win back because of that injury, and she's influencing the outcome. I think Julia Hart probably originally was going to win, but Mercedes is influencing. So I say Willow wins just for Mercedes to be petty and get that win back. She's going to be a transitional champion just to get the title over to Mercedes Moné.
All right. Thank you for that, Walter. Matthew, do you agree with what Walter just said about a transitional title run for Willow Nightingale?
Pretty much. I mean, one thing that has caught my attention is Julia Hart's been injured for quite a while now, because I think she was injured. They mentioned she didn't have a match at Revolution, I believe, because of a shoulder injury. So is this still the same shoulder injury? Or did she re-aggravate it? Because I know she hasn't really had a lot of title defenses that I've seen, but it is sad because she's had a great character. But yeah, Willow's going to win. And we could probably see Mercedes finally drop the terrible babyface gimmick and go full heel on Willow Saturday or Sunday, because she needs to, because this bad promo babyface Mercedes isn't working anyways. I mean, I'm not a fan of her to begin with, but she's always been better as a heel, and I think Willow wins. We're going to set up Willow versus Mercedes 2. Mercedes is going to get the title, but hopefully we will start to see either Sunday or within the coming weeks, Mercedes will finally go heel like she should.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. I think it would be a good idea for her to go heel. Oh, we got a cat cameo. There you go. Which cat is that? Harley or Joker?
Harley.
Oh, sweet cat.
Yeah.
That adds our ratings. That adds to our ratings for sure. All right. So I am going with Willow to win as well, and I like that scenario. Maybe Mercedes goes heel. They got to do something, because I feel like she is cooling off rapidly. Her star power seems to be fading with each passing week. I think she needs that heel turn badly, and they could play off the history going back to last year. Walter, something you want to add?
I'm gonna make a prediction. I think Mercedes is gonna be the one. I just said that. I think she's gonna unify those titles. Because what's the point of being CEO and you go after the mid card title first?
Yeah,
You want to go after the world. So I think she's gonna win that, then Tony's. Well, whoever gets that title, we'll predict that. I don't want to say who's in, but like whoever has that title, I think Mercedes is gonna end up being the one to unify that title. I just wanted to put it out there. That's my prediction that end up happening.
All right, sounds good. TJS, your thoughts on that? I'm going with Willow. I think we all went with Willow, so maybe you will be the odd man out. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think that they're going to unify the women's titles anytime soon because the women's division gets enough criticism, and they probably want to, at least try to maximize the TV time. So they give them 2 titles to make them feel important. I agree. Why has Mercedes just gone straight for the mid-card title? I also feel like they brought her in too early because if she's still injured, then I think they should have waited until she was ready to wrestle. But she came in, what was it, it was last month, right? In March? And I feel like she hasn't done anything. I don't think Willow's going to win the title. I think Julia's going to retain because I don't think that they're going to turn Mercedes heel. They gave her this theme song. The crowd loves to chant it. And I feel like they're just going to run with it. We already have a heel champion in Toni Storm. So maybe down the line we'll get those 2 in a match, but I don't think they're going to unify the titles. But I do think that Julia is going to retain. And didn't Mercedes say something about I got next at the next pay-per-view? What's the show after this?
Double or Nothing.
Okay. And that's that's only next month.
Right.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think Julia's going to retain then. And then early Double or Nothing prediction, Mercedes wins the title.
Right. I mean, I think that's a foregone conclusion. So thank you for that. TJS was, in fact, the odd man out. Now we move on to another trios match, which is part of the main card. No TNT championship on the line here. It's just a 6-man. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe going up against the House of Black. Now, a lot of people speculating about the House of Black, in particular, Buddy Matthews and Malachi Black, people thinking as soon as they're able to get out of AEW, they're gone. So what does that mean? Well, the thing is, I think that they're going to be around for a while longer, and you have to build up challengers for Adam Copeland. So in this case, I think you have to have House of Black win here just to set up some new opponents for Adam Copeland and the TNT title. You want to have each one of them look strong so they could potentially fight him for the title at some point. So I'm going to say House of Black wins, but I wouldn't be shocked either way. With this one, I could see it. I could see it going either way. Walter, I'll go over to you on this one. Your thoughts on this match?
I couldn't care less about this match. I think this should be the opener just to knock it out of the way, to be honest. What you just said makes a lot of sense, though. But I'll still go with Team Adam. But either way, I can see it going either way. Like you said, you could build strong contenders. But the House of Black, you talk about teams that lost momentum. The House of Black, what the hell have they done lately? The only, even I'm getting sick of the turning off the light. I'm getting tired of the whole gimmick. Do something with them. Just all they do is turn off the lights and a la Undertaker and pop up. Stop copying everybody. Do something different. Be new. Be unique. All you do is rehashing what Taker does. So you even copy CM Punk with the way you sit with the legs crossed. So it's nothing's original about the House of Black. So I think Team Adam wins, but I wouldn't be surprised either way, and I couldn't care less about who the hell wins, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good match, I'm sure, but yeah, I really don't care too much about it. Now I'm starting to think a 7 was a generous number, but we still have the bigger matches to go. Big G, I'll throw it over to you now with your thoughts on this one.
I'm gonna go with I don't know. I'm gonna go with Team Adam as well, I guess. Like I don't know. I'm not feeling Adam's run here in AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be with Christian, but dude, I don't know. Anyways, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different rant. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the baby faces to win.
This feels like a match that should be on Dynamite, not on a pay-per-view.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have all three of them are champions, but like none of them really matter to me. So.
This should be on the 0 hour, and the trios unification should be on the main roster because that's a unification of 2 titles. That has more value than a team with 3 titles that have no connection against another trios team.
All right, well, Matthew, who's your pick for this one?
I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. Babyface is a win. I'm still trying to. This looks like a Vince McMahon trios title. You have an established tag team, and then you have 3 guys who all have different titles. 2 of them just recently fought for one of the titles.
Right.
We're going to see all sorts of goofiness. We're going to see the Burger Kingston slaps in the corner, which are awful. House of Black are going to lose, and maybe we'll actually start to see the breaking down of the House of Black from this.
Now,
and I think,
you know, it's funny. I actually forgot that Eddie Kingston was the world champion. Or no, who's the ROH champion? That's Briscoe,
it's
right?
Briscoe, but he
just beat Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, he just beat Kingston.
Wow.
And Kingston, the only thing Kingston has left now is what the
New
Japan Strong title.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So Okada has the
Continental.
What title?
It's
a Continental title.
Continental title.
The Continental Classic title. Eddie Kingston has the New Japan Strong title.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only title he has left out of the 3 titles that he had.
Oh, what the hell is going on here? This hurts my brain.
This is why this is why the casuals can't watch AEW anymore. And I don't know.
We're just stupid, according to the AEW diehards. We're just stupid that we can't remember 7 champions.
We're
we need that meme with Randy Orton just saying "stupid, stupid, stupid."
We need to be baby fed because we're WWE drones, apparently.
And we have to Google everything.
We have to Google everything to understand.
That's the funny thing. Like I can remember, like things that happened on Raw and SmackDown from a couple weeks ago, but I can't remember anything on AEW.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean,
that's how bad it's become. I can't. There's nothing physically that I can retain from watching AEW.
To be fair, I don't remember much of what happened on Raw last Monday. So, I mean, it's just my age at this point.
Yeah, getting up there.
TJS, we'll go ahead, and then we'll move on to the next match.
Jeez, I guess we're just not smart enough to understand AEW.
Nope.
I don't know what's going on with Adam Copeland anymore. Like, if I were him, like, I don't know, I would feel like, man, what have I done? Like, I want to go back to WWE or just call it a career. But he's probably making a lot of money, and he can phone it in because it's AEW. I guess the House of Black wins, Aaron, because like you said, we need to get some challengers for Copeland. I really wouldn't be surprised if we have Adam Copeland versus each member of the House of Black. Like on one episode of Dynamite, he'll do the Cope-Ope, and then Brody King will accept. And then the next week, Buddy Matthews will accept. And then at the next pay-per-view, we can do Malachi Black versus Adam Copeland. Maybe that would be cool, but yeah, I think House of Black wins, and I really don't care.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, like I almost want to change my pick, knowing that Eddie and Briscoe have titles, but I'm just going to stick with House of Black. I'm not going to go into a big spiel about it. I'm just going to let it be. I don't care about the predictions too much for this. I'm just going to stick with my gut, which was House of Black. I'll probably be wrong, but whatever. I'm ready to move on to the next match. So let's do it. We got the AEW Women's Championship, Timeless Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa. And I hate to say this too, because I've been loving Toni Storm's gimmick, but I'm kind of starting to get over it. Like, I feel like it's starting to run its course. Now, with that being said, I don't think Thunder Rosa's winning the title. And if you look at Dynamite on Wednesday, Thunder Rosa got the best of Toni Storm, smeared her face with the lipstick, and to me, that is a confirmation that Toni Storm will, in fact, retain her title. So I'm going with Toni Storm. TJS, I'll throw it right back over to you. What are your thoughts?
Toni Storm wins. Not much to say. I would have rather had Toni versus Mercedes. Like, I think that would be more interesting than this. So, yeah. I mean, eventually this gimmick is going to run the course. And like you said, Aaron, I feel like we're getting there. So, yeah, Toni wins.
All right. Matthew, I'll throw it over to you now. Do you see the champ retaining here?
I do see Toni retaining. I also think there are rumors, of course, Toni's got big surprises, but I think this could be one of the surprises. I think after Toni wins, we are either going to see the return of Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter or both of them, because you've got Toni Storm and Maria May teaming together. You need a team strong enough to beat them, and who would be better than the DMD and Haterade? So I think Toni's going to win, and we're probably going to see one or both of them return.
Hey, that's a solid prediction there. Look how excited Big G got when you brought up Britt Baker. I love it. All right, Big G, I mean, I think you would bump up this pay-per-view full letter grade if Britt Baker returns. What are your thoughts?
God, in a heartbeat, in a freaking heartbeat. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni to retain. You know, I mean, when she first started doing this timeless Toni Storm gimmick, I was digging it, but now I don't know. A lot of things in AEW have just been cooling off a lot lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I read that too, what you posted. You know, Tony Khan's got some big surprises, and I feel like I do feel like once Jamie Hayter does return, Britt will return too, because I feel like they want to hopefully continue making them into a tag team, and then finally having a one-on-one that they should have had like a year ago. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni Storm to retain.
All right. So far it's unanimous. Walter, we'll leave it up to you to see if you want to go in a different direction.
I'm not really as tired as you guys are of Toni yet, but I do say that Tony Khan really missed the opportunity. Like you created this whole Marilyn Monroe gimmick. Your birthday was on a damn Dynamite, and you missed the opportunity to have her do the whole Marilyn Monroe, Mr. President, happy birthday thing, and you didn't do it. Like, that was such a missed opportunity. That would have been the funniest thing if they made Toni Storm do that. But I'm not quite tired of it, but I think it is time for her to lose this title. I just don't think Thunder Rosa is the right person. Like, whoever her next opponent is going to be, I think she's going to lose the title, but it's not going to be the Thunder Rosa right now. So I say Toni retains, but her days are numbered. Like, whatever the next Double or Nothing, I don't think she's going to keep the belt there. No matter who her opponent is, I think she's going to finally lose it there, but not to Thunder Rosa.
All right, there you have it. All right, we'll move on to the next match, which is for the International Championship, not the Continental Championship. This is the International title. We have Roderick Strong of that group that hasn't really done jack shit since World's End. What's it called? The
Retribution.
Oh,
Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era. Undisputed Kingdom.
The Undisputed Universe, whatever the hell they're called. Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. You know, if you're a fan of the Undisputed Era, you're probably looking forward to this. I'm over the Undisputed Kingdom. I think this faction has gone ice cold. And to Orange Cassidy's credit, like when he had that international title, he was doing pretty good with it. He was defending it a lot, and it actually felt like it was something special. But now I don't care. Like it truly is a case of the man makes the title. And Roderick Strong was doing some entertaining stuff with Adam Cole, but it's cold now to me. And Kyle O'Reilly came back. You know, he was gone for a very long time. I'm happy for him that he's back, but as good as this match will probably be, I really don't care too much about it. This feels like I feel like I'm a broken record here. But anyways, Big G, we'll go over to you on this one. What are your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I'm so over that, and I don't know if it has to do because Adam Cole kind of like is still out, and he's probably gonna be out for a while now with all this rehab that he's got to do with his knee or his leg or whatever. But it just feels like you said ice cold. I think Wardlow's career is pretty much done. He's pretty much dead in the water at this point. He is dead in the water. There is no way of saving him. You made him Adam. I'm gonna throw one curse word out here, and that's gonna be it. They made him Adam Cole's bitch, and yeah. Anyway, and Adam Cole hasn't done anything. Anyways, to the match. I'm glad that Kyle O'Reilly's back. He had major surgery that put him out for a while, and they have the history between the two in Ring of Honor and in NXT. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong to retain here. So,
all right, fair enough. I agree with you. Roderick Strong will retain in this match, just because I don't think they should be hot potatoing the title too much. TJS seems very excited for this one, so TJS will go to you next.
Oh man, I mean, how hard is it to? The Undisputed Kingdom could have been so much better if they just did the Undisputed Era. Cole, Fish, O'Reilly, Strong. That's all they had to do. But now you have Undisputed Kingdom. Like, that's as cold as Katie Vick's corpse. Like, this is crazy.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, man. Like, this is so, like, it's like WCW bad. Like, they do not feel like a threat.
Don't tell Tony Schiavone that.
They just don't feel like a threat to me, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, this will be a fine match, like you said, Aaron. But I think Kyle O'Reilly needs to go heel and just join the group because I don't know how much, longevity he has as a singles guy. So, yeah, Roderick Strong wins, and then maybe that convinces O'Reilly to join the group. I don't know. But, yeah, happy to see O'Reilly back. Glad he's, healthy and clear, but not feeling this story. They need to just turn him heel and have him join up with the group.
All right, Walter, I did mention the 7, and it seems a little crazy right now, but go ahead, Walter. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this too bad there was a team already named DOA, because this team is DOA. It's dead on arrival. As soon as they formed this freaking group, it was just dead, man. And the problem is they pulled the whole devil thing too early. Like, if Adam Cole wasn't injured and was revealed at the devil, they could have made something cool. But because he's hurt, he's not on TV, this whole thing is just dead on arrival. And I feel bad because you almost have to force Roderick Strong to keep this title, because if he loses, what's next for this group? Like, it's seriously dead. Like, there's nothing else to do. Like, he almost needs the title to keep some kind of relevancy, even though it's an irrelevant title and they're already irrelevant. To keep it relevant, you got to leave Roderick Strong with the title, but Kyle O'Reilly just came back. But do you reward him this early? I think he's got to chase it. I think you got to make him have maybe a rematch. Maybe he wins by DQ or something. Roderick keeps the title and then they'll rematch and then he wins. So I'm going to say Roderick Strong keeps the title just because I don't want to see what happens if he loses it, because it'll get even worse. That whole Undisputed Kingdom will be, it's not even a kingdom at this point. It's like, you can't even call it that. Like, at least they should have all had some kind of titles and been this strong group of everybody winning the titles. But it's like, who else can you see wearing titles in this damn group? So, like, I feel bad. Like, they tried an idea and it didn't work. So, back to the drawing board, I guess. But Roderick Strong retains.
Yeah, I mean, what happens to Kyle O'Reilly after this? I mean, Matthew, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here? Where do you think this is going?
I mean, I'm pretty much in, the same boat. Roddy. If Roddy loses already, Undisputed Kingdom is already, deader than it already is. I mean, what's the other title? Taven and Bennett have the ROH tag titles that that's ROH, which no one cares about ROH. So, yeah. And it's sad because I like O'Reilly. I liked his push that he was starting to get before he got injured. It looked like he was set to, he was set up for big things and he got hurt. But yeah, if Roddy doesn't win, I don't know what they're going to do. So, yeah, Roddy wins. And I'm guessing Kyle's either going to join them or kind of do a Daniel Bryan type thing where he pretends to join them and then betrays them in the end to get the title at some point. But, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe Fish shows up, but I think at this point, that's just beating a dead fish.
Where's the lie, man?
All right, we got to pull up that Bobby Fish clip. But anyways, guys, let's move on here. We're getting to the upper card here, which is what I think people want us to talk about. We got 4 matches left. And honestly, I know there's a comment about it being I hear myself in an echo for some reason. There were 2 match. People were saying it was like a 2-match show. I forgot which one of you said it, but maybe 2 of you said it. Matthew did. I actually think it's a 4-match show because I think all 4 matches here are going to be at a very high level of quality. And the first one we have here to talk about is Okada defending the Continental Championship against Pac. I don't think Pac's winning. I'll just throw that out right now. I don't see Okada losing that title anytime soon. But this should be a hell of a match. Pac, when he gets the opportunity one-on-one in a big match, he delivers, and Okada's great. I think this has potential to be Okada's best match in AEW to date, and that's including what he did before he officially signed. This should be an incredible match. I think it's going to be an awesome back and forth battle with these guys. It's going to be very fast paced and highly entertaining. So I'm looking forward to this one, even though I feel like it's very obvious Okada's winning this and he'll retain. I am looking forward to this one. So, Matthew, I'll go straight back to you on this one. What are your thoughts?
This is definitely one of the Meltzer matches of the night. Okada's going to win. I don't know if this is going to be as good as the Okada-Danielson matches, but, yeah, this will definitely be one of the better matches. But I could care less. What has Pac really done in 5 years he's been in AEW? He has a good match, disappears for 6 months, comes back, has a good match, disappears for another 6 months. It's either an injury or visa issues. So, yeah, there's no investment in the match. I would like Okada better if he was away from those who shall not be named till later. But this will be, this is going to be a 5-star Meltzer match, one of many, but yeah, Okada wins.
Well, what's it going to be on the Matthew scale?
4.5.
Okay.
4.
All right, fair enough. Big G, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a 4-star Matthew match, or do you think it's going to be a 6-star Dave special? What are your thoughts?
I don't care about Dave Meltzer.
You know this is getting over 5. We don't even have to debate it. It's going to surpass anything that WrestleMania 40 got. Go ahead.
This should be a fun match, but Okada just won the title a couple weeks ago from Eddie Kingston, and if they want to make Okada a credible champion, Pac is a good first opponent for the title. So, and like you said, who knows what's going to happen to Pac after this match? Is he going to disappear again? I feel like that's his gimmick. He's the missing link. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Okada to win.
All right, Okada, and I think that's 3 for Okada. TJS, we'll go with you next. How many stars?
Oh, it's gonna get 5, no doubt. And this match is also gonna go probably 30 minutes at least. I don't know. I mean,
10-hour pay-per-view show.
Yeah, I mean, I actually do like Okada as a heel. I've been entertained with that, but I don't know. Okada's winning. And again, why is he going after a mid-card title? Why is he holding a mid-card title? I don't know. But yeah, I just realized this pay-per-view is gonna run really long because these last 4 matches are gonna get 30 minutes each at least. So yeah, I mean, Okada wins, then Pac just goes back to England or whatever.
Honestly, I would have been happy with this pay-per-view if they just put these 4 matches on, plus like you could do the 2 women's matches, 6-match card, and we're good.
No way.
Nope, you
Not-
got
not
to have a 4-hour show.
Not in Tony Khan's house. Got to have 15 matches at least. I'm still expecting
At
him to
least
add.
started an hour earlier. That's all I want.
I agree 100%. But Walter, we'll throw it over to you now. I think it's unanimous up to this point. So, are you going to be the odd man out?
Hell no, it's too early for Okada to lose this title. Like
Right.
they just established him as being this champ. Pac is just a contender to make him look good. But I do think it is, regardless of what Meltzer said, I think it's gonna be a banger of a match. It's gonna be a good match. They're gonna show off, and I do think what you said, this is gonna be Okada's best AEW match. They're gonna make each other look good. Hopefully their styles clash together and we get a good match. But yeah, there's no way Okada's gonna lose his title. He's only had it for less than 3 months, so there's no way. So Okada retains.
All right, there you have it. It's unanimous for that one. And now we move on to what could be the match of the night. In fact, I'm going to go on a limb and say it will be the match of the night. Will By God Ospreay going up against Bryan Danielson, and Danielson, he's wrapping up the career as far as being a full-time wrestler, and he's going to go out with a bang, no doubt, against Will Ospreay. I mean, this one will probably get, like a Meltzer 6-star rating or something. It's going to be crazy. They're going 30-plus minutes. They're going to kick out of everything. They're going to escape every submission. Bryan's going to do all the submissions.
What about the chop? Come on.
He's going to come on. Give me more. Is that all you got? We're going to get that.
Yes, it is awesome.
Ospreay's going to do something absolutely batshit insane where he nearly gets dropped on his head. Probably Bryan too, and Meltzer will give it every star imaginable. But it's going to be a spectacle. In the sense of being athletically, at a level that very few can do. It's going to be a spectacle, and I'm actually looking forward to it. All seriousness, I think it's going to be a hell of a match, and will be worth the price of admission. Walter, we'll start with you.
But before I give a prediction, is Bryan on the thing that when he loses, he's retiring, like his first loss? No,
yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. So then Will Ospreay will win this, because I thought they might have Bryan Danielson win if he's gonna retire if he loses, and then he'll lose at their big pay-per-view. Double or Nothing is kind of the WrestleMania, right? Or is that the Wembley show?
It's not really established what's their WrestleMania at this point.
Yeah. So I think it is gonna be a hell of a match. They're both gonna risk everything. They're gonna be doing crazy stuff. I still can't believe Bryan Danielson still does the flying headbutt after all the years he's lost of his career with his neck. But yeah, they're gonna do everything. They're gonna do over the top rope flips. They're gonna do everything. But Will Ospreay is just on fire right now, so I don't think they're gonna risk him losing. But it's gonna be back and forth. You're gonna see 12. 13 maybe close pins where they kick out of everything. Maybe even, I wouldn't do it. Please don't do this, but you might even see a Canadian Destroyer or something stupid, but please don't do that to Bryan's neck. But either way, you're going to see crazy submission, reversals, bouncing off the ropes. Yeah, Meltzer's going to have a wet dream of this match with his stars.
Yeah. And yes, I think it's going to outshine Swerve and Joe. I don't see how Swerve and Joe can top this one. Like, they're going to have a great match, but Joe's pushing 50 at this point, so I'm not sure what he can do. But it'll be a good match. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Matthew, we'll go over to you now with your thoughts.
All right, please forgive me for this, but I have to do this correctly. Well, you see, bruv, it's going to be like this, bruv. I'm going to hit him with Tiger Driver 97, bruv. Then I'm going to hit him with a bunch of flips, bruv. Then it's going to be Oz Cutter, bruv, because I'm Will Bloody Ospreay. I'm the Cerebral Assassin, bruv. I do the grind, bruv. Then I'm going to hit him with the Hidden Blade, bruv. Meltzer's going to give me 800 stars, bruv, because I'm the Golden Boy, bruv. And then I'm going to win, and I'm going to go on to all in, bruv. Win the title there and have a Roman Reigns style reign forever, bruv, because I'm the greatest of all time, bruv.
Sounds about right.
In seriousness, this is probably going to be match of the night and even a match of the year contender. Ospreay's going to win. There's no way the Golden Goose right now is going to lose a match. And I honestly think that Toni could do, as a way to rub it in, give him the title and give him a 3-year run as champion, just to be like, look, I have the greatest wrestler of all time. But yeah, Ospreay's going to win, but it's going to be a hell of a match because Danielson can have a match with a broom and give it 5 stars.
Right. And Ospreay is definitely not a broom. So should be quite the encounter. All right, Big G, we'll throw it over to you now. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah. You guys pretty much said everything that I was thinking. This should be a fun match. Well, Ospreay has been on fire since he's come to AEW like full-fledged. I hopefully we don't get any kind of interference from Hobbs or Kyle or Takeshita in this match, and it's just a clean one-on-one match, and Ospreay is gonna win. Like you said, they're gonna nearly damn kill themselves to get this victory, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Ospreay.
All right, there you have it. So TJS, will you be the odd man out?
No. No. I think Ospreay is going undefeated, and then he's winning the title at Wembley, like Matthew said.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a great match. And I'm happy that Danielson is still wrestling. It's going to be sad once he does wrap it up. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a match that's going to go at least 30 minutes. And, I mean, like you said, Aaron, it's going to have the usual chop battle, the near falls, pretty much everything that you could want or that, Meltzer could want. And, yeah, Ospreay wins. And then Danielson and him will shake hands. And Danielson will hold up his hand and point to him.
Danielson will, get down on the mat and put his head on the mat and bow to him or whatever.
Yeah. And then he's going to low blow him. No, I don't think so.
I wish. I'd pop for that.
No, they're going to very game Bryan Danielson.
All about that sportsmanship.
Of course.
This is a random question. Real quick, do you think Bryan Danielson would have cut his career shorter if he was still in WWE, or now that he's in AEW and it's a lot more like the style is a lot more different? Like I feel like a lot more people in AEW get injured than WWE as of late.
Yeah, I think if AEW never existed, I think he probably would have transitioned to like a coach or working at the performance center or something.
Probably would
like
have went to New Japan, I think.
Yeah,
New Japan. Yeah, might even think about that.
All right, we got 2 matches left, guys. So we'll wrap this up here. We got the tag team titles, the vacant titles up for grabs. The Young Bucks, the Old Bucks, the EVP Bucks, whatever you want to call them, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson against FTR. But this time it's a ladder match. The titles are vacant. Who will leave Dynasty with the tag team titles? Will it be FTR or will it be the EVPs? So Big G, I'm going to start with you on this one. It's going to be a fun match. The Bucks are going to do crazy shit. It's going to be
yeah. It's going to be neither. It's going to be the refs that are holding the ladders. They're going to climb up. No. I don't know. I saw the ladder match at WrestleMania, and that was pretty – I enjoyed that a lot because I was in person. But I'm going to go – I don't want the douchebags to win, so I'm going to go with FTR to win here.
Well, I think we're going to get new champs, and I think Dr. Bropio mentioned something here. Jack Perry, the scapegoat. I feel like he's going to be the difference maker in this match.
Yeah,
he's going to help. He's going to help the Bucks win the titles, and that's why they're doing the ladder match stipulation instead of a match with a pinfall or submission. So FTR can have the titles in their reach but then Jack Perry tips
Very
over the
good,
ladder and
yeah.
helps the Bucks win. So
why would they show? Well, I mean, they showed the video footage because of FTR, but Jack Perry was in there too, so that could be like a little Easter egg.
yeah.
I got a question, Aaron. Is Cash still dealing with the legal issues?
I
Who?
think he has his court cases later this month.
Oh, Cash Willow. For some reason, I thought you were saying Kid Cash, and I'm like, wait, what does Kid Cash have to do
Well,
with
you
it?
know what? If that is still going on, then I don't know.
That's why I'm trying to figure out that it might influence my pick. That's why I was asking.
Oh, well, we'll go to you last then, so you have time to think about it. Matthew, we'll go to you next and get your thoughts on this one.
Well, I mean, I mentioned it before in chat, I think, and then just now, I think Cash does still have his court cases coming up. So I think that's going to be a huge impact. I'm more concerned on, is this going to be a serious match, or is this going to become some sort of humiliation for FTR because the Punk footage didn't go the way that the Bucks and Toni wanted? Because it's going to be a good match. I mean, it's going to be a Bucks match, so I'm not really interested anyways, but I'm more concerned on how good of a match is this going to be, or is this going to be just some sort of clown show? And then I do think Jack Perry's going to show up. I think Bucks are going to win, but I also think this could be the other big surprise. This could be where the Motor City Machine Guns make their debut after the match to give the Bucks a stare down, because I don't think Bucks will be champions long, but they're going to flaunt the tag that they're the first 3-time tag champions. But I think Motor City Machine Guns could be the next in line to win the titles.
All right, there you have it. That's a good prediction too, with maybe the Motor City Machine Guns showing up as a surprise after the match, and they help FTR. You know, FTR getting beat down or whatever by the three guys, including Jack Perry, and that's when the Motor City Machine Guns come out. But TJS, we'll throw it over to you now. And the other thing to note is that the Bucks are coming off a big loss at Revolution, losing to Sting and Darby Allin. So, you know, to me, that makes it more of a surefire prediction that Bucks are winning this. What do you think?
Well, I actually had to look up why the titles are vacated because I forgot. So, yeah.
Sting retired.
Yes, I see. I don't think the Bucks are winning. Like, I think FTR is going to have another run. But then again, if the Bucks do lose, like you said, Aaron, they did just lose to Sting and Darby. So, you know, that it makes sense to have someone come in and.
Who's trying to get me demonetized?
What was that?
I'm on mute, so don't look at me that way. That would never come out of my speakers.
I'm going to get that YouTube email. Your video cannot be monetized.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, oh no, I remember now. Aaron, it makes a lot of sense for Jack Perry to come in and tip the ladder over. That's why they do the ladder match, because I can't really see FTR just climbing the ladder and getting the titles. I don't think that would, that would not jive as well as, a big surprise coming back. So yeah, much to my chagrin, I think the Bucks are going to win the titles again, and they're going to start heating up the group. Okada has a championship. I'm sure Jack Perry will eventually win one, and now the Bucks are going to have one. So, yeah.
All right, there you have it. Walter, we'll wrap this one up with you and get your thoughts on this ladder match for the vacant tag team titles.
Yeah, I think Cash Wheeler is still dealing with legal issues, and then just to bring the heat, I think the young bitches are gonna book themselves to win these goddamn title, and they're not so young anymore either. I don't know why they keep calling themselves young Bucks. But yeah, these God, I freaking hate them, and I hate to admit it, and it tastes nasty coming out of my mouth. But yeah, they're gonna be the champs. Like, oh my God.
You don't like the mustache?
Matthew and
I mean, I give them credit. Like, I'm glad that they're changing up a little bit, but I don't know. I'm completely shocked that they doubled down on airing that Punk footage.
Yeah. Now, will there be Punk chants? Will there be Punk chants?
Oh,
Hell yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Look, and just don't show the era. Whatever you do, Tony, tell your producers don't show that coyote, that Wile E. Coyote aerial shot, because then you'll see how many empty seats there are.
Well, their pay-per-views get good, decent attendance, right?
Yeah, I mean they got over 6,000, which by AEW standards is pretty good.
I think I'm gonna switch my pick.
I did say that they do pay-per-views correctly. What are you switching to now?
I'm gonna switch to the Bucks winning.
All right.
Yeah.
You've seen the light.
Yeah. You know what? Instead of them calling themselves the Young Bucks, they just should call themselves the EVPs because that's their gimmick now.
I agree.
You might as well.
They got like different music. They got like a whole different gimmick going on. When they enter, when they get announced, they call them the EVPs. So that should be your new name, the EVPs.
Exactly. You add Jack Perry, you just change the name of the group, EVPs. That's all you need.
Just call them the Bucks. I think that just remove the Young.
Or even the Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, the EVP Bucks. But anyways, guys.
You'll probably get in trouble with the NBA, with the Milwaukee Bucks, probably.
Oh, yeah.
You just left it with the Bucks.
All right, guys, main event time. Let's get to it. We got Samoa Joe defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Swerve Strickland. This will be a great match. Joe is still Joe, and Swerve has been doing some great stuff as of late. As I mentioned earlier, I can't see this surpassing the Ospreay and Bryan Danielson match, but it should be a hell of a main event. So on Dynamite, Joe laid out Swerve with the Muscle Buster on the Go Home show. Joe got the final laugh going in. Now you have to think, like, when is MJF coming back, and who would be the best opponent for Will Ospreay at All In? You want to have a strong champion going into All In, so you don't want to be flip-flopping the title around a lot. So a lot to think about here. Big G, I'm going to start with you on this one, as I tend to do. Your thoughts on this? Who is going to leave Dynasty with the AEW World Championship, and do you see any surprise appearances at the end?
I think I'm going to go with Joe retaining, and I kind of like Dr. Bropio's comment. I think Heyman's going to come back and cost Swerve the title, and I think Hangman Adam Page is going to be the heel now. But yeah, it should be a good back and forth match. They'll do all their finishers. They'll do their false finishes. Prince Nana will do his dance at the beginning. And yes, I'm going to stick with my gut and have Joe retain. And then once eventually MJF returns, we can have MJF versus Joe again down the line. So,
all right, there you have it. So 1 for Joe. Matthew, we'll go over to you now.
I think this is Swerve's time. I've enjoyed Joe as a champion. He hasn't had a great run, but he's gotten to be champion. But Swerve should have already, I think, had the title. We shouldn't have had multiple matches with Hangman. But I think this will be Swerve's house. It's going to be a crazy match. He's going to bleed more than Moxley, which is going to make Moxley angry in the back somewhere, and he's going to kick something. But, yeah, we're going to be dancing to Swerve at the end of the night. And I don't think MJF is coming up back for a while, because I think there is a pay-per-view in Long Island, which will probably be his return. But I think All In is going to be Ospreay versus Swerve.
Yeah.
But yes, Swerve returns.
Yeah, he might show up at Forbidden Door. That's going to be in Long Island. So that's coming up in June. That's after Double or Nothing. Gives MJF some more time to heal up, He might show up, though. You never know. You never know who might show up at the end of the pay-per-view. Walter, we'll throw it over to you now and get your thoughts on this main event. Are we going to have a new champion?
This one, I was going back and forth with this one for a while, because this is Swerve's first one-on-one title shot. So do you have him lose and then win at Double or Nothing with the rematch, or like how do you book it? But I mean, I want to see Swerve win this title. I mean, let's face it, Swerve is really a face. Like, no matter how much they're trying to show to the heel, like I went to that Dynamite in Boston and he wasn't on the card, but when the cameras was off, he was out there dancing and showing. Like, he's got the biggest face reaction there was when the cameras were turned off. Like, and I think it's his time. Like, and that Swerve stomp on the security, that looked so awesome. And then he landed on his feet. Like, he kicked out to do that and then landed on his feet and landed right in Joe's face. Like, Swerve's got stars written all over him. Like, that's one of WWE's biggest mistakes of everybody they let go was Swerve. They didn't see this in him. Well, Vince didn't see this in him. I think Triple H probably would have eventually saw this. But it is what it is. I think I definitely I'm going back and forth whether it's you give him the victory on his first one. But yeah, I'll say new champ. I love Joe and everything he's done, and it's not that long of a reign. Like, but I just don't see Swerve losing that. I think it's his time, and it's been set up. Plus, what you said on Dynamite, Joe got over and did the muscle buster and everything. Usually, traditionally, when whoever goes over on the go home show, which by the way, Dynamite did not feel like a go home show. It felt like almost like a Sunday Night Heat episode. Like, I don't know what the hell I was watching. I was like, this is a go home. Like, until the end, that was the only part that felt go home-ish. But yeah, I'll say Swerve win, but I think I'm just more going with my heart, like, because I just want to see this.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to happen, not just because he's had the momentum, but also, there has been some negativity towards AEW right now, and I think, it would be a nice feel-good moment for Swerve to win, be the first Black world champion in AEW, some good publicity for AEW, and give them some buzz. I think Tony Khan's going to go with it. I think now's the time to pull the trigger if you're ever going to do it with Swerve. If you don't do it now, then when do you do it? I think this is it. Joe's getting up there. You got to go with a younger guy. You got to try to build a new star. So I'm going to say they go with Swerve here to win the title. So TJS, we'll wrap this up with you. Your thoughts?
I agree.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, Swerve, yeah, like you guys said, it's pretty much long overdue for Swerve to win the title. Joe has held it since, World's End, back in December?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's had a few months. Yeah, I think Swerve is going to win, and MJF will probably be at Long Island, like you said, Forbidden Door. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they're moving in a new direction, and Swerve is going to finish the story on Sunday.
All right, there you have it. Swerve Strickland looks to be the favorite to become your new AEW.
I thought we were done with that tagline. Finish the story. Stop bringing it up. The tagline is done.
We will never finish the story tagline.
No, it's the slogan of the video game now.
But even though MJF, when he comes back, it's gonna automatically be a face, he works better as a heel. So if he comes back and Swerve's a full face, and MJF can be the heel and be that dirty bastard it'll work out better that Swerve is the champ.
There you go. Yeah, MJF is definitely missed, so I hope he comes back soon. I don't know if it'll be this show or not, but we miss you, Max, and we hope you come back soon. Anyways, guys, that's it for the predictions. Thank you again to the panel for participating tonight. Thank you to the chat room for giving your thoughts. And now we'll do our plugs. So, Matthew, anything you would like to plug or promote?
Not really. Just keep watching No DQ. Check out NoDQ.com. Thank you to Aaron and everybody else for letting me be on again. It's an honor. I love this community. I love, the overall feel. Yeah, maybe some of us might not get along, but overall, everybody has a good opinion. And, we all just enjoy, to quote Noah Foster, we all enjoy professional wrestling. Damn it.
Yes, there you go. Noah would appreciate that. TJS, we'll throw it over to you now. Thanks for making it tonight.
Yeah, of course. Fun being on as always, guys. Enjoy the show this weekend. Make sure you check out Aaron's recap at probably midnight or later. The show's going to be long, but my X handle is below my name there at TYLRJSPHSM. TH. That's it. Again, thanks for having me on, and everyone enjoy the show this weekend.
All right, thank you for that. Now we throw it over to Walter Cruz.
You can follow me on X at Walter Alex Cruz, the Cal Fire Farms Instagram, and check out the Rage of Wrestling YouTube channel. The UFC Watch Along through UFC 300 Watch Along is on demand there. So if you guys could check that out, like the video, and I had a blast calling that. Like that was a hell of a UFC pay-per-view. Like maybe 2 duds out of all the fights, and then that fight card was hell. You got to check out, if you clip it, check out when Max Holloway got that knockout. Like, I went crazy. Like, after I streamed off, I got smacked in the back of the head by my wife because of how late it was, and I screamed. So I should have recorded that. That probably would have got me a lot of views, too. But, yeah, that's it. And thanks, Aaron, as always, for having me part of this No DQ family and being on the reviews and these predictions. And just a reminder out there, I know you'll say it, but obviously with this pay-per-view, there'll be no review on Sunday. So I think you're going to do it, Tuesday?
Yep, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
All right. So there's a cheap plug twice because I know you'll say it too. But, yeah, that's it. So check me out on whatever socials you can.
All right, thank you for that, Walter. And Big G, we'll wrap it up with your plugs.
Yes. Yep. TikTok there at Big Baller G 1988. Twitter X NoDQ _ Big Baller G, and on Insta NoDQ _ Big Baller G 1988.
All right, thank you for that, Big G. Much love and appreciation to everyone. And enjoy Dynasty, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com. I'll be doing the live coverage for that on Sunday night, and then technically Monday morning I'll be doing the live stream recap. Hope to see some of you in there for that. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy spring. It's a great time of the year. And we'll see you all next time. Buy a shirt, NoDQ.com/merch. Shout out to the Cleaver. Follow him, NoDQ.com/Colin. And we'll see you all next time.